Hi, today I'd like to work on these wrists. Sometimes we surprise ourselves when we're doing work around the house that these wrists aren't as strong as we think they should be. I notice it a lot on my yard work. If I'm taking my weed whacker, or I even saw off the branches and I've got to hold that saw or the trimmer, my left wrist especially is not as strong as my right. When I'm pouring a skillet for stir fry, this left hand, if it's a big stir fry, wants to give out. So I want to work on some wrist strength today. But we're going to first, it's just a normal part of aging that our muscles are not as strong as they used to be, and the muscles are around the bones. So the muscles pull on the bones, so the bones can also get weak as well. So notice I'm just massaging my hands, my wrists to kind of warm them up. Don't need to do a whole lot. And you're lucky that we're seated. We're just relaxing. Maybe you're watching the news and you're going to work your wrists. Those are my favorite times when I can remind myself, oh, I can do something about this, where I don't really have to take a lot of time out of my day because I love this program, and during it I can do this. I want you to just circle them across, turn them over and circle them out, just like little figure eights to just kind of warm up those wrists. Just 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 3 times a week, minimum twice a week if you're noticing wrist problem. Just take them down and circle those wrists and circle them. Stretch them forward, fingers to the top, because we lose flexibility in those wrists too. So stretch them down and stretch them up. Nice, and stretch them down. I want you to just close them and open them, and close them and open them, and close them and open. A little more warm up, just chop onions with those hands. They should be starting to feel like, oh yeah, they're warm. Massage them just a few more times, and then get your weights. So we're going to just start very easy to our side, but let's be aware of our posture. It's a constant thing we want to work on, and just circle those wrists. Nothing too crazy. I'm just using a 1 pound because I feel the arthritis in my wrist this morning, so I don't want to stress them worse. I would say 2 to 3 pounds. Maybe men can do 5 pounds, but again, you don't want to get those wrists angry at you either. We're going to take them across like we did on the warm-up, flip them and rotate them, and take them out, and rotate them down. So we're getting some wrist movement, and we're using weights just to get a little resistance on those wrists. And cross them, flip them, take them out, flip them, cross them, and flip them. Very nice. Now you don't have to turn to the side, but I'm turning to the corner so you can see I'm going to set these on my quads, and I'm going to slide them forward like they're hanging off a cliff. So I can rotate them down and then bring them level, and rotate them down and bring them level. So I'm trying to touch my knees, and I can see where that left wrist doesn't want to move as much as the right. And we want both wrists, and we want them strong lest we fall and have to catch ourselves with our wrist. We don't want a broken wrist. Now we're going to flip them over and reverse that. We're going to curl them up and set them flat, and curl them up and set them flat, and just curl them up. Now if it starts to hurt, that's your body saying, okay, enough. And you can build upon it, right? You're going to start very easy and just do a few, and then each week add a few more. Oh, I'm going to stay to the side because we worked up and down on those wrists. We're going to take them front. And I want you to pretend you have 2 flashlights. You're going to aim that flashlight forward and relax, and aim it forward, working the medial part of that wrist. Aim it forward and flat, and forward, I should say, and up. You should feel this in your wrist, and you're pushing a little bit with that thumb, right? pressing it forward, and pressing it forward. And pressing it forward, and pressing it forward. Very good. Whew. Let's come back to the circles, just to get them a little bit more circulation. And the other way. Hey, set those weights out of the way, out of harm's way. I want you to just do without weights. Throw a ball forward, clutch it and throw it. Just working those wrists, shooting blood to them. Shoot that ball down, and then shoot it up. Good. Make 2 fists for me, okay? Put them on your chair. See if you're strong enough to push yourself up and bring it down. Now, if you can't, just pressing into the chair and trying is going to strengthen those wrists. So let's start with that. Just press into the chair and release and press. Good. Now, if you're able to lift up, that's going to strengthen those wrists even more. And lift up and lift up. Good. Let's go back to flex them, but open those fingers and turn those wrists out. And up and turn them out. Let's add down. And rotate them all the way in. And rotate them. Now I'm going to face the side to show you what I mean. This wrist, see how my right wrist can stretch all the way up. I haven't lost too much flexibility in that wrist. So I'm stretching it because we want to lengthen those muscles back out. But look at this left one. Oh, it's getting a little better, but it needs to catch up with the right. Now, this is gentle pressure, no forced flexion. Just gentle pressure on and pressure off. I want to tell you about a trick my massage therapist told me about my carpal tunnel because I used to have it severe. She made me start stretching this whole arm, and right away I feel the tightness in this tricep. She said, your carpal tunnel is coming right up your forearm and is being caused by tight triceps and a lack of flexibility behind me. So I want you to stretch that to the back corner, opening up the pectoral. That comes all the way down your arm. Behind your head, pull that elbow back. And bring it forward, flip it over, and let's do a final stretch right here. Shake it out like you're shaking water off that wrist. Now, ever since she gave me these exercises, I've had no trouble with my carpal tunnel. It's not a guarantee, but it's worth trying, right? Now, don't turn your body. Take it to that back corner and open up that shoulder. And pull this back, opening that up. Let's push it forward and flip it and gently stretch it. And just open, close and open. Shake that one off. Shake them both off. Do these wrist exercises a couple times a week. And it won't happen overnight. They've proven you see results after about 3 weeks. And again, every other day, so that you're not experiencing wrist pain. If you do, go back to your massage or a little cupping to cup out any of that pain. Here's to feeling good.